Hello, this is Manuela, your guiding light, and this YouTube video is about entities, dark entities. Now, first, before I begin, I would like to explain this word or the name entities. A lot of people call everything entities, the light and dark. I don't agree with that because entities are only dark entities that have no name. Everything with light has a name. We have angels, we have archangels, we have saints, we have incarnated angels. So they all have their own names. Everything that comes from light, when God created, gave it a name and has a specific purpose as well. Dark entities has no name. They can come in any type, shape and form, and they really have no purpose. The only purpose that it could be is to test you and to help you to learn your lesson. So I'm talking about dark entities today. I am not talking about angels because they are not entities. They are angels. So I'm talking about dark entities that can attach to anybody and bring a lot of destruction, trauma, and illness to anybody that have entity attached to them. So as I say, they come in a different shape and form. As a healer, when I was doing a lot of healing, Reiki, hands-on, I would pick up entities if somebody has entities on them. Even if I'm standing next to somebody, if somebody has entities, I will pick up on that. And I could see them. So as I said, they would come in very weird shape and forms, like for example a very green sort of fluor green monkey on somebody's back, or like a shape of animal that has no sense that we don't have here on earth. So it can be very, very different, very weird shape and form. And as soon as you see it, the first feeling you will get is yucky. It makes you feel very yucky. Sometimes it can make you feel sick in the stomach. Sometimes can make you feel scared and wants to step away from it. So this is the entities, that the feeling that you can pick up if somebody has entities on them. So entities can attach to anybody. You can pick them up if you're going in shopping centers. You can pick them up in hospitals. Very often they have many entities in hospitals because there's a lot of deaths in hospital. There's a lot of illness. People come with very low energies, with very negative energies in hospitals. So usually entities are there where there's a lot of negative energy. There's a lot of low energy. Also, people that lie a lot, that have to live these false lives, that constantly have to lie and hide, that can't be themselves, that that are living basically in a situation where they don't want to be, and that are living in abusive relationships. So these people carry a lot of fear. Sometimes the entities you cannot pick up from somebody else. It can literally attach to you. It's almost like it comes from your own mind, because you're carrying a lot of fear, a lot of dark negative energy. Fear and jealousy, it's the lowest energy vibration. And resentment. So these are very low energy vibration. If you carry those three in the same time period of your life, you are definitely going to create an entity within yourself, which means this entity comes simply from your own aura, because your aura becomes very low and very dark. Also, if you are standing next to somebody that is jealous, that has those traits, and that has entity on them, it can attach to you as well. When it can only really attach to you is when you are going through shift of energy, or when you have some negative emotions. If you have even one negative emotion, like fear, for example, or jealousy or resentment, if you're carrying quite a bit of resentment towards somebody, the entities will attach to you. if you're standing next to somebody that has entity will jump from that person and attach to you. Now, people that have very low energy, people that carry a lot of negative emotions like jealousy, fear, anger, resentment, they can have not one entity but multiple entities on them. And I've seen people that where you can't see their body at all, that are packed with entities. So these are the people that you want to stay away from. Because even if you have a little bit of negative emotions, the entity will jump on you immediately. It will attach to you. So be very much aware. If you not sure what to do with it, you don't know, it's not really easy to remove entities. So if you don't know what it is, or you're feeling really yucky around somebody and you don't know what it is, it's better just to step away from it and talk to somebody. Every healer should know about entities. Every experienced healer should know about entities. I remember when I began my work, I've seen the entities, but I had no idea what to do with them. I've seen it. I never actually had them on me. I believe that universe always gives us what we are ready for, whenever we need, when it's time to learn about it, when it's time to actually really grow as a soul. And I remember when it was my time to learn about dark entities, I could see them everywhere. And that's when I understood that it's time to learn about it. And I really put all of my intention into learning. But it didn't happen on my early stage of doing this work. It happened much later, about 10 years after that. So most of the healers, I would say, will know how to deal with entities. So if you don't know what it is, talk to somebody about it. Now, how do you know if you have entity on you? The first thing you will feel is that you will feel very different. You will not be yourself. You will do and say things that you normally don't. You will be feeling very irritated. You won't be able to tolerate anybody. You will be snappy. You will snap for nothing. And also you will cry a lot. You will be very emotional, almost depressed. And it really depends how long the entity stays on you. If the entity stays for a very long time, you could be diagnosed with mental illness. It could look like you have some mental illness. And it can also bring a physical illness to you as well. So the longer entity stays on you, the more damage it will do. Another symptoms that you have entities that your energy responds to electronics. And that is the one big thing that you can see. That was the weirdest thing for me. I remember when I had entity on me. It was just the weirdest thing. And I'm not talking about that you would put your computer on and it would crash simply once. That can happen to anybody. That could be reason for the computer, for the wrong computer or something. All these symptoms that I'm giving you, it doesn't mean that if you have one symptom, you definitely have entity on you. You have to have all this together. So if you have entities on you and you're feeling yucky and you're feeling emotional and you're crying constantly for no reason and you are angry and you just want to argue with everybody and you feel very irritated, you can't sleep, and you sit around computer, your electronics simply don't work around you. Your car, you have a problem with car, you have problems with computers, you have problems with the phone. I'm talking about all together at once. Then you know that you have some entity on you. I am not saying if you suddenly feel just a little bit emotional and you're crying and you have entity on you. No. Or your computer crashes once. Or your car suddenly has some problem just once. No. I am not talking about that. I am talking about when you constantly have these sign problems where you have to ask yourself, what the hell is wrong with me? And that's what we want to talk about. You understand? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about little things that happen once. That can happen for many different reasons, but I'm talking about when you have all these symptoms happening all at once. And it doesn't stop until you actually ask yourself, what is happening with me? And you will. If you have entity with you, you will come to the stage eventually because your guide's job is to try, they're working in that time when you're having entities on you. Your guides, it's really hard for them to get through. It's the hardest time for them to get through, but they're working really hard to guide you towards somebody that's going to help you to understand that you have entity on you. They will use anybody and anything they can to understand, to help you to understand that you have entity on you. So eventually you will understand and you will find help. And then you will see big difference. Once you actually remove entity from you, you will find a very big difference. Okay? You will see, you will look back and think, oh my God, that was definitely entity on me. Okay? Because you are very different. You're just not yourself and you have entity on you. Now, once you remove entity, you will feel back to your normal self. Every now and then, you could still feel the negative energy, the entities, when you're in a room with somebody. Especially if you already experienced it and you know how it feels and you are aware now. So maybe you were meant to learn about that. You learned about it and you know it. You'll be able to pick up when you're standing next to somebody if somebody has entities. You will straight away feel it. You will feel yucky. You will try to stay away from that person or those people. You will also try to avoid that, and it's definitely gonna make you feel very uncomfortable. So this is where we talk about energy. Okay, so you have your aura. Everybody has their aura. And if you have really good aura, there's no darkness in it, people just want to stay with you, talk to you, spend time with you. Anybody that can't spend time with you, that it's running away from you, that doesn't feel really good around you, the reason will be because you have something in your aura, something negative in your aura. And you can't remove the entity yourself. Unfortunately, this is a very hard job to do it yourself. If you have entity that it stays for you for a very long time, you'll need a healer or somebody to help you to remove it. If you are already a healer and you know much about it, and I believe that anybody that does Reiki, that does any energy healing, can remove it themselves from their body. If you have experience in a meditation for a very long time, sometimes if the entity is very new host, that means you can get rid of it in meditation or in a bath or in a shower. But if the entity is attached to you for quite some time, and I'm talking about even 3-4 days, if just say for example, if you went to the shopping center and you pick up entities, you come home and you had a shower, it's gone. But if you have entities on you for 3 or 4 days, it will stay there and it's going to be much harder to remove it. And again, there's a very different type of entities. There are entities that are not very strong, that are not that dark, that can come off in the shower. There are entities that cannot come off from anything. And it again depends on where you are in your life. Are you learning about it? Are you meant to learn about them? So it really, there's a lot of many different type of entities, and there's different reasons why they will attach to you, as there's different ways to remove them. So for different entities, you will need different ways to remove them. And when you are the most vulnerable to entities, it's when your energy is really open. Anybody that is very sensitive, that has the energy very open, that are psychically open, are more likely to have entities attached to them. They have to be very careful. They have to make sure that they meditate, that they cleanse themselves every day. Anybody that does any healing work needs to make sure that their energy is really clean, because they have open energy. Anybody that doesn't do any of that work has closed energy, so they don't have to really worry so much. But anybody that does healing work, they have to make sure that their energy is always very clean. So when your energy is really open, also when you're going through deep healings, when you're going through shift, everybody every now and then goes through shift, which means your energy is open, ready to release some negative emotions, some blockages, okay? And that is the time when you are the most vulnerable to any darkness, which means energy is open and it's like a sponge. It's just anything can come in easy. So your body, your energy will respond to it. Is the same like your energy responds to people? You feel good with somebody you don't feel good, you want to stay away from. That means is the same time your energy. That means that your energy responding, not really so much you, your energy responds. If you meet somebody, you want to shake their hands or you don't want to shake their hands. There are people that you just want to hug them and shake their hands. There are people that you don't want to even shake their hands with them. So it's not really so much you. You probably wouldn't even understand why. I know that in the past I didn't understand why am I doing that. Why are some people that I just don't want to shake hands with? I didn't understand why. But now I do. It's your energy. That is your protection. That is your aura. It's your protection. It's meant to protect you from negative energy. So your feelings are your compass. And sometimes if you're trying to even force yourself to be in a situation where you shouldn't be, your body will react to it. You will find that your body will react. And this can be in a form of like weird allergies. I am not talking about allergies normally from like sinuses or real allergies that you have. I'm talking about weird allergies where your lips would suddenly swell. So if we're talking about real allergies, your lips can only swell in real allergies when your body responds to allergies if you eat something that you're allergic to. So your lips can only swell and then. But if you have weird allergies when you're not eating anything and your lips swollen suddenly, and you can feel that, that means your body is reacting to somebody's energy. So it doesn't mean that you have to, that's really, really bad or that it's entity. It's not an entity. What it just means that your energy is responding. And it can happen if you're around somebody, that person can be around you, somebody that has very low energy, that has a lot of fear. I find that very fearful energy, my body will respond to that. My lips were swollen for no reason, and then I know that there's some fearful energy entering in my aura. And sometimes doesn't have to be because you are around them. Sometimes it can be when they're thinking of you. If somebody's thinking of you in a very negative way, angry or fearful or jealous way, or hatred, when somebody's sending towards you, these are like psychic attacks. So these are not entities. They are not entities. Even that person might have a lot of entities on them, and these are not entities. Has nothing to do with entities, has nothing to do with black magic, or it's not even a psychic attack. What it is just that your aura, it's protecting you. It's telling you that there is some negative energy people sending towards you, and that you just have to cut the cords. That's all it is. Because your aura, the purpose of your aura is to protect you. So whenever you're feeling yucky, you need to ask yourself, okay, what's going on? Why do I feel like this? When you are around somebody and you feel yucky, ask yourself why. Also, if you are around somebody that you feel very strong connection with and that you want to spend time with them, again, ask yourself why. This is a really good way to ask yourself why. You want to understand your energy. You want to understand your soul. What is your soul responding to and why? Also, there are many situations that I find that I would feel like I'm drawn to the person, but I don't really like them, but I'm drawn to it. Now, these are the worst ones. These are the ones that you have very bad soul contracts where some bad karma has to come back to you, or you have to give them. So these are really karmic agreements where you don't like that person, but you sort of feel like you need to be around them. There's always some hell universe put you towards those people. That means there are some sort of soul agreements. There could be some bad karma that they have to return you from past, or you need to return them a bad karma from past life. So these are past life connections. So your aura, purpose of your aura is to protect you by letting you know, sending you the feeling. The first thing you will receive the feeling. And even if somebody's thinking of you, it can be exactly the same. If somebody's thinking really strongly about you in a very negative way, you would feel it. You can feel the feeling. Sometimes you can see the person. If you want to ask yourself, who is this? What am I feeling this? Who is this? You might be able to actually see the vision of the person. So this is why I'm saying that it's really good to ask questions. I like to ask questions to understand what's happening. If you disregard your emotions, maybe you are busy, maybe you're doing something and you disregard your emotions, then your body will respond. That means your angels or your energy, your soul, your aura didn't do a good job to actually show you that something is going on, something is coming into your energy, that you need to cut the cords, that you need to cleanse yourself. Then what happens? The aura allows it to come deeper in your body and your body respond. So this is when you have these weird things happening to you that you can't figure out. That means that somebody is just entered, some negative energy entered in your aura. And it could take a couple of hours to cleanse it, to clean it completely. You might have to do a meditation. Sometimes you can just close your eyes and cut the cords. Sometimes you have to do meditation. Sometimes you have to do a deeper work. It really depends what it is. Sometimes you would have to have a bath or shower. Having a shower would be really good. And then doing a meditation where you bringing in the white light and asking Archangel Michael to cut you from all the cords, to clear all the cords. Because the cords are, whenever somebody's thinking of you, they're sending cords. And these cords get attached to your aura and then they go deeper into your body. So it's really important to understand the difference between entity and just having reaction to some negative energy. Because it's really a big difference. Having entity on you, it's very hard to remove and it can stay and it affects you in every way. It affects your body, it affects your mental state, it affects your emotional state, and it can affect your surroundings as well. If it's really in your aura, it will affect your electronics definitely, because electronics and energy, because electricity is energy, so they do clash. If you have negative energy around you, it can clash. If you have entity on you, your electronic will definitely clash. Okay, but as I said, try not to get too fixated on what's happening around you. Even if you have one crash with any electronic, doesn't mean that you have entities. It has to happen all the time. It has to happen quite frequently. So it's also, that's the way your angels are showing you sort of that something is wrong, that you need to do something about it. Because your angel's job is to help you to remove that, to cleanse yourself. So working with Archangel Michael's job is to keep everybody cleansed. He has the sword to cut the cords. So he carrying the sword with him for that purpose, because he can cut the cords. He can remove and cut all the cords that interfering with your energy and with your life, because those cords that stay in your energy, that can interfere with your life as well. They can be very confusing. They can take you off your path. So Archangel Michael's job, purpose, is to cut, to clear all of us, any soul here on earth, from negative cords that are attaching to your energy. So the difference when you only have a little like allergy symptoms that don't make sense is that some negative energy is entered in your body, but it's not entity. And it's not curse, it's not spell, it's nothing. It's just a little bit of somebody's negative emotions that are touching you, that are attaching to your aura. And cutting the cords would be really good. Don't expect to see the difference straight away, because sometimes it takes a couple of hours, could be even a day, until it's all really left your body and cleansed completely. Okay, but there's a difference. And what you need to do, it's really not to look at it. So a lot of people get scared when this happens, because the reason why it happened to you is because somebody else carry a lot of fear. So you don't want to bring more fear to yourself. If you get scared, then you're creating much more negativity. So try not to get scared and try not to see it so negative. See it as a lesson. See it as something that you need to learn. And this is why I feel it's always good to ask questions. See it as a lesson. Whenever you have entity on you, see it as a lesson. Okay, well, maybe I need to learn about this. Maybe I need to learn about dark side. Maybe I need to learn how to protect my energy. So see it as a lesson and deal with it. Learn about it. Ask anybody, get some books, ask your angels if you're meditating, if you're connected to your angels, ask them for more information. If you have just like allergy symptoms, as I said, weird allergy symptoms, I'm not talking about when you have sinuses or anything like that. Normal allergies are normal allergies. You might have a lot of stress around you. You might have a very low immune system. You might be just allergic to the place where you live. So it can be many different reasons. But I'm talking about allergies like that are weird, that has no sense, that cannot make sense with anything else. And very often they would be like swollen lips. I've seen a lot of clients that I had, they would mention the first thing that happens, their lips swollen for no reason without them eating anything. So this is very mild energy cords that are touching to you, and your body responding by letting you know. It's a compass letting you know that something is going on, letting you know that you need to cleanse yourself. Again, look at this as a positive, because normally that can happen to you when your energy is open. That means either you release some blockages and your energy is going to higher vibration. So every time when your energy goes to higher vibration, your energy is open, you release something. And that is the only time when that can happen to you. Especially if you are really working on yourself and you're meditating a lot and you understand the energy. Well, this can only happen to you when your energy is going to higher vibration, when it's shifting. So instead of being scared and see it as a negative, see it as a positive. Look at it, okay, my energy, I just released something, I just released some block, and my energy is going to higher vibration. And that's the reason why your energy responds. Because when you're in that stage of shifting the energy, your energy goes really high, and then somebody with very low energy thinks of you and affects you. Of course, it's going to affect you because it's clashing again. It's a very different energy vibration. So look at it very positive. Don't think that, oh my God, somebody is really hating me or somebody is sending negative energy towards me. Very often it's not intentional, can be not even intentional. They might not know what they're doing. See it as a, okay, obviously my energy is shifting to a higher vibration, and my energy is responding to some negative cords. So I just need to take extra time to cleanse myself and cut the cords. That's all it is. So try to see everything that's negative that's happening with you. We cannot ignore it. There's a lot of darkness around us. There's a lot of people that carrying a lot of negative emotions and that don't know and don't understand how to heal, how to release them. There's a lot of people that are doing black magic and spells, and these people carrying a lot of negative entities with them as well because they're not working with angels. So we cannot ignore that. It is happening. It's real. But by being scared of it, you're making things worse. By looking at it as a lesson, as something that you need to learn from it, you're making things better. You immediately give your energy, your own energy boost. And your guides immediately respond to show you and to teach you what you need to learn. And the process of learning and getting rid of the entities in darkness, it's much quicker. So I hope you understand this video. I'm sending you lots of love and light. And if you did like this video, please click on like or subscribe. Bye bye for now.